Do you know the expression, if you always do what you've always done, then you always get what you always got? That's what we're talking about today. This is Jill Lee, founder and director of the Energy Healing Institute. If you want to learn more about what EHI has to offer, check out our website at energyhealinginstitute.org. So, I've had a client practice since 1992, which makes me close to older than dirt, right? And in the 34 years I have been practicing, 34, just coming right out. I've heard the same thing over and over and over again. Stuff like, I know that the guys I date are basically my father, because my father was X and all my boyfriends are also X. I know I'm attracting my father. I hear things like, I get a job, but I don't keep the job. I seem to self-sabotage about 6 months in, over and over and over again. So you get the idea, right? If you've always done what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. Somehow, some way, if you want to do something differently, you got to drive a stake in the ground and make a change. How do you do that? Well, honest to God, I think talk therapy is amazing, because what it does is it brings you into awareness of what you're thinking, what you're believing, what you're creating, what you're actualizing, how you are repeating your patterns over and over again. All good. There's lots of ways to get to that information. If you're not into talk therapy, good. You can find other ways, right? But once you know what it is that you're doing, you have to do something different. And when a pattern or a behavior is entrenched, it's damn hard to make it stop. So here's what I like to talk about. I like to talk about the formula for evolution. And it begins with this. It begins with observation, okay? There's a cycle here. You have to observe your behavior so that you get an inner ping. I like this. Think an inner ping that tells you, you're doing it again, darling. You're doing it again. The observer is your friend. It is not your enemy, and it is not your judge. If you allow yourself to have an observer who is part of you and who gives you feedback on the thing you most want to change, they'll show up, they'll ping, and then you get to do. So when you get the ping, you have to acknowledge, yep, I am doing it again. It does not mean you take out your hair shirt and wear it for 3 days. It means you say, yep, I'm doing it again, and I need to stop. And that's step 3, okay? You observe, you acknowledge, and then, by God, you stop. You might have to stop in midstream. You might have to get your act together and take that pause. Do it. And then choose. Step 4, choose. What would you like to do instead? So if you find you're dating your father over and over and over again, the next guy that comes along, if you haven't done any inner work, likely to be your dad. So maybe you say no to that first date. Or maybe you have the first date and you bring your observer and you say, ping me every time. I am reacting to this person because he reminds me of my father. So then you choose. Then you have to do that inner work where you clear your energy and move forward with an evolved awareness. And EHI has a whole course on clearing energy. But if you don't work at the energetic level, you're reliant on yourself to pick a new pattern in the moment you're behaving, as opposed to growing into new ways of being, which is a much more powerful, much more organic, and much more sustainable way of evolving. Then you reset your energy, and then you move right back into observation. That's the formula for evolution. I share it with every client in my practice, and now I'm sharing it with you.